Hi, and welcome back to Slide Bites. So today, this is a video I've been wanting to do for a while because it's actually honestly, one of my favorite guitars. This is the Ibanez RG120. This is actually a very early budget model Ibanez. That was a very small run of them, from what I understand of them, as in short production limit. I don't know that there were how many exactly were produced. Enough that plenty of people got their hands on them, but they only lasted for so many years before they decided to discontinue this and focus more on, I believe, the Geo or Gio, I'm not sure exactly how you pronounce it, line. So what, as you can hear there, this guitar is loaded with, INF3 and INF4 and the bridge pickups. INF3 being a rhythm pickup. Hi, Gomez. My cat likes to talk to me during these, as you've heard. And you can tell they're very much trying to be like the Marzio pickups. Not quite there, obviously, because it's a proprietary pickup that Ibanez has built in-house or has had contracted, and they still sound really good, and I like them for what they are. When this guitar was purchased, it was $199. So and we are talking about something that is right there. Ibanez RG series. This is not a Geo or Gio. Not that there's anything wrong with those, but this is, a legitimate Ibanez RG. And it is RG120, manufactured in Indonesia. And let me tell you something about the Indonesian guitars that I have. Every one of them has been excellent. The newer Squire I just picked up and did a video on has been absolutely flawless. The Yamaha bass I have, but we'll have a video on here eventually on the channel about. Again, flawless. This one, flawless. Not a single fret out of place. This is by the way, if you like rounded or rolled fingerboards, this is not really that kind of guitar. This is a very flat fingerboard, but also an extremely flat neck. For me, this is probably the flattest neck guitar I have probably played, at least close to it. There may be another Ibanez, if I'm thinking correctly about one of the, I think it was the S, something like that. Anyway, I played one of those that had an extremely flat neck too. And this is great for shredding and for playing really fast licks. Now, for me, I find it a little uncomfortable when you're trying to do chording and trying to do some of the other stuff on guitar, but if you're just shredding and playing metal, you're never going to really care. Pickups are, like I said, sound pretty good. There's been absolutely no mechanical, no finish, no any sort of malfunction or issue with this guitar in 10 years of ownership. And that is something that I have to say is pretty indicative of Ibanez's quality in general. I've never seen anything from them have issues. I've never had any experience with anything of theirs that was actually junk. The worst thing about this guitar is this weird floating trim that just does not look. I have tried it in every tuning with multiple different gauges of strings. I have done myself. I did set up one at work when we tried. I first got it and we were trying to get it set up, and my my buddy who taught me to play a bit also tried. None of us we could never really get this thing set up exactly the way we wanted, and eventually I've got it now floating pretty much even, and I got the action set up where I want now, but it never has held tune the way I think Ibanez intended it to. So I don't dive bomb and get too crazy. I do dive bomb on it here and there, but I'm not going to do that very often on this guitar, so it will go back to tuning. Again, drop beef tuning on this one, which is good because I feel like this thing has a little bit of Mick Thompson vibe to it. Not a Slipknot guy. I like that music. We are running to the Vox VT20 Plus on. Actually, I'm running it on the clean channel, and I've thrown on what they call the metal distortion pedal built in, and this thing just, it shreds. Absolutely shreds. Anyway, before I get in trouble there playing too much Slipknot, this guitar has been excellent. Again, no mechanical issues. Knobs stay on. This is one of those things, like, I love that PRS that I did a video on, but literally the plastic on the back of the volume knob was broken when I showed that. I think it's got a little bit of a hairline split inside of that, right where it fits onto the pot there, and it it just falls off now with very little pressure, and it kind of sucks that that happened. But at the same time, it's plastic; it's not a big deal. But these are metal. Like I mean, this guitar is high quality, and it was $199, and I everything has stayed on, not a single thing. Even my my Squier Telecasters have a knob very similar to this, but with an Allen key, even that fell off. I just tighten it back on, but this doesn't even have an Allen key, and everything stays on. There's no issues with anything on this. Everything has been completely flawless. And the one thing on this guitar that's been replaced is just like the Squier in a move, I took all these whammies out. I didn't use them for a while, and I actually lost the whammy bar, and I had to buy a new one to replace it. Not a big deal. These just snap in, and then there's another little screw or Allen key you just use to tighten that. And I've still gotten a little loose now. I've been playing with it a little bit more, not super loose, but enough that you can start to move it. I usually like to have it pretty tight right there so I can do some different types of whammy and tremolo picking technique. You got 24 frets. I don't know what the scale length is on this one, but it's fairly long, so it handles the drop tuning just fine. And you get a little bit of sloppiness, but these I think are just Ernie Ball regular gauge strings from what I can recall, and they're holding up just fine with this. They don't have too much slop or anything. Yeah, tuner head or machine heads are really good. Tuners are nice and high quality. Everything up here is, I mean, there's nothing on this guitar that actually feels cheap at all. Nice sculpted heel joint. Love that. Very nice touch there. A little bit fat. She's a little heavy. This is probably one of my heavier guitars. I gotta admit, it's up there with the Strats. Especially the SE Strat is probably one of my heaviest guitars I own. And this one's up there. I mean, she's heavy, but man, she does sing and she sustains. It's a good guitar. 24 frets, like I said. Standard dot inlays. We can play around a little bit here and show you some of this. I'm gonna go to the middle position. Sounds pretty good. Actually, there's not really a pickup position on this guitar I don't like. That is your rhythm pickup. We're going all clean here. This is on the just standard channel. And as you can expect, obviously the middle channel is a little more spankier. Middle position, I should say. Yeah, every position on this guitar is great. You know, it's very responsive to the volume. If I turn the distortion back on and leave that volume rolled off, you can go middle position, roll that volume down a little bit. Yeah, this is one of those things that you just get with Ibanez. Everything that they do seems to be high quality. I never have a complaint with their guitars. The only thing I don't always like about Ibanez is that the necks are almost sometimes too thin for my liking. They can be really good if you're into extremely fast shredding. I can get into that sometimes, but I'm not usually. I like metal, but I usually am more like new metal where it's not so much solo focused. But if you're really into that kind of thing, more power to you. And an Ibanez is honestly one of the most perfect guitars. You've got so much generous hand room. You can, I mean, there's nothing wrong with these guitars. The RG series is excellent. I don't necessarily like this type of bridge. I think you're better off either with a fixed bridge or hardtail, I should say, or with something more like a it's whatever their locking. I think it's the Edge. I don't know if that's correct or not, but I think it's something like the Edge tremolo system that they have. I played a Satch model with one of those, and it stayed in tune pretty well. It was nice. I think I played a Gym as well that had one of those locking trims from them, and again, they're good locking trims. Right there with the Floyd Rose, in my opinion. Yeah, again, you can't go wrong with it. Rosewood fretboard, maple neck. I think this is an alder body, alder basswood. I'm not sure anymore off the top of my head. It's been, again, 10 years of this guitar without a single mechanical or electrical issue. Everything works just fine as intended. And this is honestly a great guitar. And if you're going to go with Ibanez, even if you buy the Gio series, whatever it's called, however you say it, they're great guitars. I played those two. They're excellent guitars. And this is, like I said, this is no longer even a production model. I don't know if they'll ever bring anything back. I don't even know what the lowest priced RG is off the top of my head. I know most people just seem to go with the Gio Ibanez now, and it seems to be, like I said, I played them, and they are excellent guitars too. But for what this is and for what it means to me, and it's got, like I said, it's got that Mick Thompson kind of Slipknot kind of vibe. I like the clean look of the guitar, but also the metal side of it. It's just a great guitar in general. Guys, if you're looking for any good fast shredding guitars, it's hard to beat Ibanez. So anyway, that's really all I have to say about this guitar, guys. Look at, if you get a chance to find one of these, I don't know what they're running. I paid $199. I think they're somewhere still kind of around that, maybe a little bit more or less, give or take, on reverb, something like that. So I looked it up a few months ago just out of curiosity, but I can't remember what they were running now off the top of my head. But I think it was similar to that. So if you can get one of these, I highly recommend it. It's a great Ibanez. It's a great entry into the RG series to just kind of get that flavor of what an Ibanez is. And, you know, Gio is the same, or Gio, again, is the same type of thing, and, you know, same idea. But if you just really want the Ibanez without anything else on that headstock, it's hard to beat this. You can probably find something else similar now, but if you find one of these for a good price, pick one up, because they are just excellent. And it's one of the more fun guitars I have just to shred and play around on. Alright guys, this has been Slide Bites, and hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more, because there will be plenty more guitar videos coming up. I've got more stuff to talk about that I've had for a while, and some stuff I've not had for so long that we'll talk about. So I will see you guys in the next video. You have a happy Independence Day, and we'll see you soon. Bye.